Hello and welcome to another planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters, and in this video I'm going to explain how we overcame a recent refusal by Birmingham Council for one of our clients. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal for a second floor extension that was refused by the local authority, Birmingham City Planning Department. Our client was initially booked in for a free no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that had been used by Birmingham Council and to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option was best suited. The free no obligation consultation, which found that it was viable for appeal to the Planning Inspectorate, taking the decision process away from Birmingham Council Planning Department. This case was refused by Birmingham Council for the following reasons. The design of the proposal would not reflect what is existing to the rear of the site and its surroundings. The scale of the proposal will be out of context with the surrounding properties and will be unduly dominant. As you can see from this, the refusal reasons for this are subjective. We have a very high success rate with subjective refusals, and it's very possible that if yours is a subjective refusal, we would recommend an appeal. The Planning Inspector in this case identified the main reasons for this case were the effect of the proposal on the character and appearance of the area. The Inspector stated the following in the appeal decision. The appeal building and adjoining one are lower than the neighbouring properties, whilst the proposed extension would be higher than that previously approved. Due to the terraced form of the buildings on the road, there would be little opportunity for it to be viewed from the street. To the rear of the property, the back of 269 is 3-storey in height, with a taller industrial building beyond. The proposal would not therefore appear to be dominant and intrusive. When viewed in this context for the existing extensions, whilst the additional storey would be large, it would be the same depth and width as the previously approved 2-storey extension. The additional scale and massing would reflect the prevailing height and character of the surrounding buildings. It would therefore be appropriate in this area. Many of you who have similar refusals are repeatedly stating that you've had little or no correspondence throughout the application process, and the first thing you knew was receiving the refusal notice from the council, and in many cases when you actually received a letter from ourselves. We completely understand that the planning process can be very frustrating, the costs involved, the time it takes and so on, but do remember we deal with this on a daily basis for others just like yourself. With planning appeals, experience matters. Our specialist appeals team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced and submitted, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeal statement. And this specific case covered 18 pages, just over 4,100 words. It's important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case and how and where possible both local and national policies apply in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspector found in favour of an appeal. Obviously, with the back catalogue we have of wins, we are able to use these cases and what the Inspector said in them as additional argument to support the case we're working on. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our client asking them to check that they're happy for us to submit the case and, if needed, to add any additional information at that point. The client may have forgotten to previously supply that. It is vitally important that all documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in the appeal not being successful. Something here about often when people attempt an appeal for the first time. Always ensure you use a professional who has considerable experience of appeals. It's worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies like you find on our website. Due to the large number of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent Planning Inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site on the 13th of November, and we're pleased to confirm that the appeal was upheld and permission granted on the 24th of January in a 2-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with your planning appeal, complete our online form on our website www.planningappealsuk.com, and our new case support team will arrange for a free no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. Thank you for taking the time to watch this planning appeal case study video, and I look forward to producing the very next one very shortly. Bye for now.